Hello, how are we doing? It's lovely to see you. I am very glad to say that we are back for volume 2 of Oddly Specific. This is an ongoing series where you send me your hyper-specific moods and I give you the perfect song to match up with them. Let's get stuck in. First up from Julia, we have a song for when you start living on your own and are finally happy and free. Julia, for you, I chose Like Summer by Kian. This is a great song for any moment in time when you are stepping into a new chapter of your life, growing as a person, moving on to better things. It's got this real calm confidence to it, like it's soothing, but it's also invigorating at the same time. Kian's voice is just smooth as butter. His layered harmonies are just angelic, and it's so hard not to be entranced by it. I really hope the song will be able to welcome you into this new season of life and calmly close the door on the last chapter. And I wish you all the best. From Morgan May, feeling that special way you feel on a long car ride home while it's dark and raining, where if you're with people, they've fallen asleep or stopped talking, or you're alone with your own thoughts. Not really sad, almost reflective, peaceful, but something is just melancholy and tired about the whole thing. For you, I've chosen a real indie throwback. I, to be honest, forgot that this song existed until I was going back through my old libraries, but I've dug up for you Brother by Jack the Fox. This song is everything you've described. It's incredibly reflective, it's peaceful, and it does have that lovely little dose of melancholy. I feel like you don't even need to be there to get that like late night drive feeling. It's just sort of woven naturally into the song. It's very Australian indie coastal vibes, like Matt Corby just ran away to Margaret River for a year and this is what came out of that. From Being B, when you have an essay due within the next 24 hours and need a historical sounding song to fuel my passion to write. I'm gonna be so unserious here because when I read that, one song immediately popped into my head, and no matter how hard I tried to think up of a more intellectual answer, this song just blocked it. It is the only thing I could think of. I'm really going to be showing my age here. I have picked for you Transylvania by McFly. I was a McFly girl, okay? I was so in love with Danny in this era of McFly. It was the floppy hair, his raspy voice. I genuinely believed that I was going to grow up and marry him. It's such a unhinged song for them to put out, especially on that album, but it is undeniably a banger, and it is historical, like it's inspired by a historical event, so I think it does fit. I mean, just go and watch the music video. I cannot tell you the euphoric feeling that just the last minute of the song gives me. Oh my god, Danny's voice. I was vibing to this at 8 years old, and then I wonder why I grew up with sort of gothic tendencies. From La, when you go to your grandparents to eat strawberries under their apple tree and then go on the fields to pick flowers. For you, I've chosen Friend of Mine by Whitney. It's just got that sweet, sepia-toned memories kind of vibe. I mean, you sort of got to disregard the lyrics a little bit. Whitney have this habit of making just the loveliest sounding songs, but with kind of depressing lyrics. You may have already heard me talking about this band in my video about my favorite album of all time, but it's like their music has been run through a grain filter. It's just timeless and beautiful and uplifting. I just can't stop ranting about this band enough. It's like, especially with this song, every little thing has been placed perfectly with like miniature musical tweezers, from like the plinky sort of piano to these warm, smooth, like caramel kind of horn section. If this song was a food, it would be a hot apple pie straight out of your grandparents' oven. From Microwaved Ketchup, that gave me the ick. It's midnight and you're anxious about your future. Been there, my friend. I have been there. I am there. I knew straight away the song that you needed, and it is I'm Alright by Alan Stone. Alan Stone I really need to get into more on this channel because no one can put a smile on my face like he can. I have sort of parasocially adopted him as my uncle. I really just try to live my life by the values that he presents. This song is all about not knowing what's coming next, not knowing what you're working towards, but being okay with that, or learning to be okay with that. He truly has a voice that is out of this world. Soul just runs through his veins, and I really hope that you take the good opportunity to dig into his whole discography. It's so good. Also one of the best performers I have ever seen. I took my parents to see him, and my dad has seen everyone, all the legends, all the greats. But he said that was genuinely in his top 5 concerts ever. And that is saying something. From Maggie's film, a cozy morning where you can stay in bed forever in autumn. Oh, this is me in a sentence. I feel like my soul is very autumn coded. So I had a lot of options, but I went with a little bit of Nick Drake. You just can't go wrong with Nick Drake. I've chosen Place to Be. It's just so beautiful. Nick Drake's voice is just sublime. I don't really have a whole lot of words for this song. It's just beautiful. I really hope you love it. From Alina, when you're really nervous because you're about to write an important test, or when you're about to kiss your crush for the first time, or you're on a roller coaster and it's about to go down really fast and you need a song to scream the nervousness away. Okay, so fun fact about me, I get really overstimulated a lot, both by physical things and emotional things. And one of the only things that has really helped me knock myself out of that is blasting music through my headphones and like dancing around my room like an idiot, literally like shaking the energy out of my body. And I have a specific playlist for this, so I thought I would pick the number 1 song that is played on that list, and that is Explore by Sundara Karma. It kicks in straight away with this wicked guitar that just makes you want to run down the street as fast as you can, and then the verses build to this really kick-ass chorus that just is an explosion, and you just want to scream along to it. There's even a bit in the song where the singer does scream, so it's really satisfying. And let me know how you go with that one. From Vespertine Soul, realizing that despite all of the troubles of life, I am alive, violently unapologetically alive. Humanity is so stupid, why are we worried about the tiny technicalities of school and work? Let's go live and love and devour all the soft fruits that life has to offer. It is never too late. I'm still young and I'm still learning. How to live, how to love. I am young and learning how to love. Now, lucky you, I truly couldn't decide between these 2 songs, so you're getting both. Gang of Youths is a band that I would describe as making life-saving music, and I would say that because I have experienced that firsthand. When you wrote Violently, Unapologetically Alive, my head immediately went to Magnolia, which is like this defiant anthem of about suddenly choosing to stay in this realm in a moment of extreme darkness. And it really truly means a lot to me. It is a middle finger to the sky saying, you are not taking me tonight. The second song is The Heart is a Muscle, which is literally a song about learning to love. It will spur you on. It will make you excited to just be human and have this human experience. Again, another band that you have to see live if you ever get the chance. I got to see them in a tiny little venue in Brighton in England, and I got to dance with the lead singer as he sang Magnolia, and I sobbed like a baby. From Nikki Winbury, the realization that you've been dissociated for months and life feels unreal and not your own. I used to dissociate so hard when I was younger, to the point where I wouldn't even recognize myself if I saw myself in a mirror. So I understand this feeling, and I'm so sorry that you're going through this. I struggled to find a song for this one because none of the lyrics really truly felt like this feeling, you know. It's doesn't, whenever I've realized that I've been dissociated, it doesn't come as a defined thought. It's just this all of a sudden uncanny feeling. So I actually went for a piece that has no lyrics in it, and that is QKTHR. I don't know if I've said that title right, by Aphex Twin. There's just something melancholic about it, and sort of it feels just off kilter, if that makes sense. That is sort of what I feel when I'm in that moment, you know? I don't think this song will help you break out of that feeling. For that, I would recommend a lot of soul music. I find it very grounding. But I hope that I was sort of correct in representing that feeling for you. And last but not least, we have Tyan Cat Not Squirrel A song for when I've just finished a 36-hour shift at my hospital and still can't fall asleep. I have chosen the sleepiest tune that I have in my arsenal, and that is Alone in This World by Patrick Watson. I often meditate to this one. It's just like a lovely little lullaby. It was the best I could do. I can't even imagine doing a 36-hour shift in retail, let alone a hospital. So that level of exhaustion must be so intense, and I'm so sorry. Side note, I've always had sleeping problems, and one thing that I've found that is really great is if you get some lavender, make sure it's like culinary grade, not just any old lavender, and put that in hot chocolate. Very nice, very relaxing. Wishing you all the best in your sleeping endeavors. And that wraps up volume 2 of Oddly Specific. Just like last time, for your listening convenience, I have put all of the songs in a playlist, which is linked down below. If you have any oddly specific moods that you would love a recommendation for, please send out in the comments. I have a list that I keep updated in my notes app, and I promise to get round to every single one of them eventually. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If this is our first time meeting, hello, I'm Honor, and if you would like to be a part of our little gang here on YouTube, we would love to have you, and all you have to do is subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in a little bit.